Humans, I am your herald of the god. Look at it. Look at it. Now look at me. And welcome back to the Culture Guys channel with your boy Mike. Hey, so I forgot to do this the other day, man, but the Kraven trailer dropped. And I totally forgot about it because I've been running around trying to do shit. But I was reminded of it earlier today because I was thinking about doing a Spider-Man video, and I was like, wait a minute, Kraven, how the fuck could I forget? And they just did the when Venom, the third Venom movie just dropped. And of course, I did my review on that, my spoiler review on that shit. So if you haven't checked that out, I suggest you go check that out. There's, I think, a lot better reviews on the Venom trailer than what I did. I mean, the Venom movie than what I did. But anyway, I think that I did a decent job explaining the movie and the premise and what's to come. But what I forgot was one important element that I know a lot of Spider-Man fans have been waiting on, including myself, and we'll get to that in a second. But the Kraven trailer dropped, and it was actually pretty dope. Of all the Spider-Man supervillains, he was again another one of those like D-list tier characters that, you know, in the comics and even in the cartoons, like, we didn't give a fuck about. We wanted to see Venom, you know what I'm saying? Mostly because we wanted to see the black Spider-Man suit and all that. But I would say this about the trailer. It's very bloody. It's probably, bro, I've seen R-rated movies that didn't have bloody trailers like this one. Like, for this to be a comic book movie and it to be as bloody as it was kind of alarmed me a little bit. But I know they're going for the shock and awe and everything, and they got to do something to draw you in, you know, because Kraven, like I said, he's a uninteresting character in the grand scheme of the Spider-Man universe. He's basically a character who is trained to hunt and kill. So his whole thing is, you know, he wants the biggest prize. He wants to hunt the most rare, most elusive species on Earth. You know what I'm saying? But the costume from the comics makes an appearance in the movie too, which I love that. I love that they're paying homage to the original Kraven. It looks like they're gonna mix it up. So they're gonna have some of the older costume, you know what I'm saying, with the fur line over his collar, and then they're gonna have some of the new costume too. But Rhino makes an appearance in this trailer, which I was not expecting at all, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know how I couldn't have expected it, because rhinos are hunted just like in real life, you know what I'm saying? And Rhino, that would make sense with Kraven. But anyway, he looks dope as fuck, you know what I'm saying? And it looks like Rhino is probably not gonna be a costume, but more some kind of maybe synthetic chemical that they inject in their veins or something like that. Maybe some kind of drug. That's what the trailer kind of showed off a little bit. They just showed a clip of the Rhino like ramming into like a bus or something, or a truck. That shit was raw, man. That shit was, I like that. That Rhino's gonna be in this movie. And so what does it all mean? All right, so what I'm thinking is, now that Sony and Marvel have linked up, you know what I'm saying? I think that they are working on and shooting for a Sinister Six. And it's like I said in the other video, I think the Venom video, no, it was an MCU video I did, about how it's really dope to see that the Spider-Man universe is, or it was interesting to see that the Spider-Man universe, he's the only character out of all of the MCU who has his own universe, you know what I'm saying? Where, you know, we have the MCU where all the characters are in one universe, but he's got other overarching or separate storylines branching off of him, all the villains and shit. Now, Batman in the DCU has, based on what we're seeing with the Penguin, is going to start to have his own story arcs in his own universe, which I think is dope. You know what I'm saying? It's about time, is what I think, for real. Hopefully we get to see one with the Joker, a proper Joker series. Hopefully we get to see one with Mr. Freeze. I'd love to see one with Riddler. I'd love to see one with Hush. I'd love to see one with, I'm trying to think of who else I would like to see in the Batman DCEU villain story arc that would have a show as good as the Penguin. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of them. But back to Spider-Man. So what I'm thinking is, and what has been rumored for a long time with Sony and Marvel, is the Sinister Six. So the Sinister Six is made up of the Sandman, Electro, Kraven, Mysterio, Venom, and the Vulture and Dr. Octopus. Now, I know that's 7 people I just named. So I imagine that Sony or whoever the director is going to be, or the writers, they're going to put their own spin and their own vision on what the Sinister Six, or who the Sinister Six is gonna be. And at this point, it's a crapshoot. You know what I'm saying? Because now Morbius is in the fold too, and we haven't heard anything about Morbius at all. But if we added Morbius, of all the Spider-Man villains up to this point that have their own movies, we got Morbius, we got Venom, we got Kraven. So what's next? I don't know. And Venom has 3 movies all by himself. So I imagine, the multiverse is still going to be mentioned and hinted at so that they can bring all this together. And I, for one, am excited. I would much prefer to not have Sandman. Well, actually, I would prefer to not. If I could take somebody off this list, so there would just be 6 people, I would take Mysterio off. I never liked him as a villain at all. Like, I don't know, something about his character, his abilities are kind of like deception, but it's real, but it's not. It's like a facade because he's an actor and he uses special effects and shit. It just seemed real like confusing to me. But everybody else, Vulture, Dr. Octopus, Kraven, Electro, Sandman, they could stay. I would even take Sandman off and add the Green Goblin. I'd prefer to have the Green Goblin on this list, you know what I'm saying, to kind of round everything out, but then it'd be more than 6. So I would say I would take off Mysterio to give him 6, take the Sandman off and give him 5, and replace the 6th slot, or fill in the 6th slot with the Green Goblin. That would be perfect. But hey, we don't know. We'll see. Hope y'all liked the video. Get down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the Kraven trailer. If you're going to go see Kraven, I'm going to be there because the gods demand it. Hey, man, see you on the next video. You better pull up and don't do it for me. You better do it for the gods.